Good morning, London. How is everyone doing? It is 1:48, so I am 12 minutes earlier than planned. But hey, who cares, right? Good morning, London. Let's get it going. Yes. So I will go over a trade. I missed quite a good trade yesterday, actually. So I had to journal it, and I was like, okay, well, what did I miss? And I was very tired, and I fell asleep. I posted in pre-market prep the short that I thought it would go exactly to. This was the trade I was looking for yesterday. It went exactly into this level now. But I was looking for that yesterday, so my timing was way off. Way off. Hey, Marat, how are you doing? Good morning to you. So I was looking for exactly this trade into this volume imbalance yesterday, and I don't know why I was so hung up on it for some reason. So I posted it in pre-market prep. I was looking for that short, but in hindsight, it was very obvious. It wasn't really obvious, but looking at the order blocks formation, it was, and we had buy side liquidity created here. It went higher, but this was the trade I was looking for, and I fell asleep, so I got stopped out in profit because I trailed my stop. I just fell asleep. I was so tired. But you know, we had such an it just went lower, and I just didn't like to trade it because it went lower from actually going into that volume imbalance yesterday. From the moment it hit that volume imbalance in London, we just went lower, and New York was just a continuation, and it was very hard for me to enter, so I just let it go. And sometimes you just have to, take it feels like defeat because you really want to take a trade, and it's obvious that where it's going, but you just like, yeah, I'm just not on the ball. I just missed my. I think the entry really was in London. This is one of those situations you want to be positioned, right, and then you have to can let it go because it was really hard to find an entry here because this was sort of the Judas yesterday, I would say. Now, ICT did a nice review, by the way, as well, and it really helps me a lot, especially if I miss a trade. At least I was right on that volume imbalance. That was literally the high of the day. But then again, I did not actually. I thought we might go higher, but it doesn't make sense, right? In hindsight, I just want to show you that volume imbalance again. It was so. These volume imbalances are so powerful, especially on the weekly ones, and you know especially in a structure like this, you go higher and then you go lower. And then and then, we go to the next volume imbalance here. But then again, it didn't do it yesterday, which also makes sense because it was such a, how many points did we actually make yesterday? So this to here, how many is that? It's 800, almost 850, let's say 900 points almost from wick to wick. So yeah, on a no news Monday. So see, even on a no news Monday, you can have we have this a lot. You have a lot of good trades on no news Mondays. And this was one of those days, but I did not anticipate because I was waiting for something, and I was just not seeing it correctly, I guess. And then I made the mistake here because thinking of this trade towards here. But then again, yes, obviously when we start hanging out here after such a move, all the way from this move, obviously it will go up. It's just it is just common sense. And for some reason, I was so off timing wise. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Hey, Ahmed, how are you doing? Morgan. Um, yeah, so this is always an interesting study, if you have these areas like how, and I think if you are, if ICT resonates to you, it really, I guess the ex post, he goes over how he traded. I had a little bit of a different approach, but it's still very insightful. and looking like, okay, there was a breaker here, there was order blocks. It was, timing was a little bit off, but I guess, I don't know if this is still, if we can, it was still, it was still obvious with all the buys that being created after such a large run to do something like this. I mean, yeah. And then falling asleep and then, being stopped out in profit doesn't make, sort of a bummer. But anyway, enough about that. Obviously, we are going lower. The question now is, what are we doing? Are we going to go much lower? FOMC tomorrow, right? So I have a hunch that we are still going to continue lower today, and FOMC might, we're creating a lot of liquidity to the upside, and I think there might be a very, very large spike up. We have this level here. We still have, I'm going to extend this one. I've been aiming for this level since Friday, so I'm going to extend it, this one here. Let me also extend this one. Let me check the news. I feel we're going to fill some of these 3 months gaps still. 3-month gaps? Oh, you mean older opening range gaps, or yeah, well, there was someone who said we're going to go to 24,000. He came in the chat, but it could be because look at all these volume imbalance. Look, volume imbalances are obviously now in play. Look at the weekly here. I mean, we've left so many volume imbalances in this range here on the weekly. This is a weekly chart, so it could go all the way lower. And someone said in the chat, yeah, he had a market maker friend, and he said, yeah, they're going to bring it down all the way to 24,000, if I remember correctly. And I'm always like, yeah, but it could be. I mean, look, there's so many imbalances left behind here that they easily could bring it down here. So why not, right? I mean, we have to keep an open mind. We have a breaker here. We went lower, so technically we are weak on the weekly. We are bearish now. So yeah, why not, right? Why not? I just now it's actually quite funny, right? That the war has been going on, and now suddenly we are actually now from bullish, we now are technically bearish on the weekly, or let's say on the daily. All these months we have actually been so bullish. So this might be the correction that's coming. And it might be massive, yeah, could be. What was I doing? What was I doing? I want to just see how much tuna. Yeah, see, it makes sense, right? I mean, if we would go to 2.5, it's just be. We go to. This is really what time? This was on April. Oh, my birthday. 21st of April. It's my birthday. Are we going to my birthday? Are you going to my birthday? 4 standard deviations. That's quite a way down, isn't it? It's almost 7,000 points down, even more. I don't know, but this is sort of like an ugly. This is an area I'm just wondering because it's so many gaps here, right? So, but let's see. Semiconductors, yeah, AI. I mean, there's a lot of talks going also around. Everybody has been. It's like the bubble, the internet bubble, and now that they say the same thing might happen with the AI bubble, right? So Uh, NKT, high amateurs. Who do you mean amateurs? NKT, what do you mean? What's your logic behind your strategy? Well, my logic behind my strategy is just I try to frame every trade based on logic. So it has to be either a couple of confluences, calculatable, and yeah, it's simple as that. It's like a different model. Sometimes it is a break or retest trade. Sometimes it's a different trade. Sometimes I trade different models. So and then it's a different if-then statements. So I let a lot of trades go nowadays in London because it just doesn't suit me, or the trade is too small for me to take. On average, I just try to frame. I would say between 100 and 300 point trades. If not, I'm sort of hesitant. I'm trying to find a way to trade London a little bit better. But yeah, it's hard now for me because I feel really, I try to really, I need to get out of that mindset to also be okay with smaller trades, especially when I stream, right? So psychology for me, and I don't know if you were here yesterday, we talked about that actually. Psychology is a thing, but I believe it's more neuroscientifically, so it's more biology that triggers the brain. So if I talk about myself, I have a very strict set of rules, and if I'm rule based and I follow logic, I can cut a lot of the psychology out of the way. I just follow either a model with a lot of if then statements, and then I am sort of safe. My brain keeps using my logical side of the brain. The moment I stop using my rules, I can fall in the trap of over trading, revenge trading, and then I can spiral. And, it just no more. I don't apply any rules anymore and I go berserk. So that's how I see psychology. For me, it's not. I understood like everyone else. Overtrading is bad. Revenge trading is bad. But why did I keep doing it? Right. So that's the question. And for me, is sticking to a very strict set of rules with a lot of if-then statements that keeps me in place. And sometimes letting a trade go. If you don't see it, you let it go. So I would rather have less trades and have good trades. I paper trade a lot in London. That's part of my strategy. See how is my brain working? Am I seeing the market correctly? So yeah, for me, really, it helps a lot. Trade. It is a cliche, guys. You heard it more. The lesser you trade, the greener your P&L becomes, and it is. Hey, Mether, the greener your P&L becomes. What qualifications do you have that allow you to trade? It depends on. It's not one or two things. It just depends on the model or the time or whatever. But time is a very important thing. It's not just one thing, but it just there are a lot of different if-then statements, and it's not like this black and white thing. That's the problem. If it was that black and white, it would be very easy, but it's not. That's why you need to back test, forward test, and create your own models and your own if-then statements that suit your trading strategy. So I'm trading now 6.5 to 7 years and 3.5 years ICT. And yeah, just building on the foundation of ICT mainly. So focusing a lot on time, studying time. Time. Never ends, the studying. The studying never ends. Yesterday I made a couple of mistakes in New York. I wouldn't say a mistake, I just didn't see something. So I journaled it and I went back into, okay, what did I miss? How could I trade it better? So it's a never ending story. Okay, enough questions now because we need to focus on the charts. Hey, Alex Berlin, how are you doing? Just blowed fresh. Oh my God. I'm sorry to hear. Well, figure out why you did it. Make it a learning point. It happens. We talk about it a lot here on the stream, and it's we all know what not to do, right? It's so easy to say, I'm not going to overtrade, I'm not going to revenge, I'm not going to blow any more accounts. And then it still happens. It's Yes, and Kate, it's all algorithmic. It's a script. I know. Don't have, you don't have to tell us that. We all know that. And that's why there's an algorithm, and that's why we have an edge. So it's all algorithmic, and you can calculate everything. Correct. Yes. They don't have to trade, but they design it for hire for institutions so they can trade and make money. And that retail who doesn't know how it works doesn't make money, and they think there's buying and selling pressure, which is not. So I think most of us already know that here. Um, okay, and Kate, would you just go somewhere else because I'm highly profitable. I know what I'm doing, and I have losing trades sometimes, as we all do. But thank you for your wise investment. But I don't think you're really contributing anything positive to the stream. So um, I think you should go somewhere else. I think most of my people in my stream are actually becoming slowly profitable. So because they're taking the time to trade to learn how the market works. So okay, guys, shall I ban him or not? What do you guys think? Hey, Sebastian, long time no see. How are you doing? I haven't seen you for a while. I'm sure you want to respond to Mr. Nkate because Sebastian has been around a little bit longer than you have, I think, and he knows how it works too. Yes, Nkate, you have to study a lot. I agree with you on that one. It takes time. Uh, you have to keep on learning. It's a never ending story. So your son, where are you on holiday, Sebastian? I haven't seen you for a while. Oh, it's already 2 o'clock. Hold on, guys. I'm so distracted. Hold on. Let me. Uh, I am so distracted, talking too much. Let's see what the daily suspension brings. Teach me, wise one. Yeah. Oracle. We have an oracle in our midst. Guys, did you know that it's rigged? We just heard from someone that the system is rigged. I did not know that. Yeah. Oh, you are in Florida. Nice. Well, Sebastian, you know, I guess the only advice I can tell you is that you have to use sunscreen. Always. Always use sunscreen. Even in countries, even here, when it's cloudy, I have to use sunscreen. Lots of aloe. Yeah, well, your sun is already, your skin is already damaged. So, men are so bad with sunscreen. It's a typical men thing. But anyway, yeah, I hope you get better soon. I mean, where did this guy come from? Matthew, you're so funny. Matthew, the daily suspension block. Are you talking about this one here, or are you talking about another one? Okay, let's see, guys. 8:30ish. Let's see what the price does there. If we stall, or are we going to? I want to see 8:30. I want to see how we react. The midpoint of this end walk. Why would you go long here? I mean, Alex, just because we touched the event horizon. Um, Today is a low, yeah, because it's the day before FOMC. But I would not, it's the same thing, guys. Keep an open mind. You can still have good trades. If we go lower and it's very, you see your A plus setup or your model, you can still trade it. But just be aware that, especially in New York, AM PM session might become low probability because of FOMC. But you could also bring it much lower and then use FOMC to go back up again. So I would not really, just be aware, but don't, it's the same thing like yesterday. If you saw everything, there were some clear indications algorithmically what price was doing. So I mean, just keep an open mind. I'm okay to wait for FOMC because I like trading FOMC. But then again, if I would, see something, I would still trade it. But yeah, I wouldn't be so happy with a long here, to be honest. I want to see 8:30 being tagged and then see how it reacts. NKT, I think you will learn more just studying the candles and see what price is doing and back test and forward test and journal and do that for years. Unless you know the person who wrote the code. Otherwise, just I think the best learning way is your own writing your own book. That is just back testing, journaling, and do that for years. It's the same thing. All those university people, they have no idea what's going on in the world. They're all academically schooled, but they have no idea what's going on in the world. Oh my God, supply and demand, sure. Hey, company maker, how are you doing? Market, yeah, I mean, okay, okay, guys, let's stop the measuring of your manlyhoods here. Yeah, you've got volume profile and harmonics. Target is the monthly FUG. Yeah, but the problem is the monthly FUG is quite large. You want to try to get it smaller. So because the if you're using the monthly FUG, it's like, yeah, but where in the monthly FUG, right? So it's so large. Obviously, we're going into it, but you want to have more insights, like what are the levels that we could go into. I think even lower because we have all these volume imbalances, but we'll see. I mean, it's a long way down. And it doesn't go down in one line, right? Okay, I said I want to see 30. I want to see a little bit lower. Are you going to go a little bit lower? I might be interested in a long from, if it goes a little bit lower to, like I said, I'm interested in 830 and see how it reacts. But I think we're going to go lower anyway. I was trying shorts in Asia, but I got a lot of break even. And yeah, it's not easy to short, right? It looks easy on hindsight. If you look and it's like it goes lower, but then you still have to find a good entry. And it's not always, it doesn't always provide you, because we had a little retest and things like that. So I agree. That's also the reason why I did not manage to get a good trade at New York Open. I was a little bit focused on the wrong things as well. And yeah, so I'm not gonna long here. I'm gonna wait until 30-ish. I like that level. I believe it's an algorithmic level, so I'm gonna wait for it. And then I want to see what happens. Look here, guys. Do we have a 4-hour? Oh. Do we have a little gappy here or not? Very small. And on the 1 hour, it's a devil's mark. Do we like that? Okay, I'm done with you, Mr. Pascalia, with your advice, with all of us. We all know how the market works. I think you are the one who doesn't know how it works with your, go study more books, go read your books. But we're just going to focus on candles and price action and learn while we're at it. But I'm fed up with this bullshit. So I'm sorry, guys. I have no patience for this kind of people that think they know it all, and they probably don't know how to trade at all, and they're just reading some books and they think they come into a stream and give some advice. You know, it's always good to read outside of what we're doing. I am totally for that, but for someone telling us, it's like, oh my God, I know so much better than all of you because I'm academically schooled. F you, academically schooled means you're actually dumber. You have some I have some academic knowledge, but it doesn't mean I am smarter. It just means I have studied more books, but there's much more to learn outside than what you learn in the schools. So yeah, I mean, we are all for giving knowledge and helping and being, but this is just bullshit. The best book, guys, and that's why I keep saying it, the best book is the one that you are making yourself. That is your journal. That is going to be the book that you're going to create over the years. And it takes years. Yes, it takes time. But the one you're creating, you are going back in your charge, the mistakes that you made, the losing trades, the trades that you missed. That is the most valuable part of your journal. That book is going to be your most valuable book, not one book that you're going to buy. Yes, you start with a few, you read, we all go through the same, but that book is the most valuable book you will ever, ever, ever get in your hands, the one that you are creating yourself. Um, yeah, so Vera Lux. So that's the point also that I found very difficult yesterday. That it was, but if you go back and, in hindsight, it's always easy, but you have to start somewhere. And then you say, okay, I could have used this, I could have used that. There was the long and the afternoon was based on order blocks. If you go to the 5 minute, there was very, and it was built, there was a nice liquidity build up. So that was also a good trade. But once it starts going short and you sort of like miss the move and it's dripping, 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 you always feel like, it's like, oh my God, you don't want to be entering too late and then it spikes up, right? But yeah, and sometimes it's hard. It's just not your condition. And even though it's very clear, it's like, "Nah, I can't find an entry," or you're just not comfortable. And I get really, I hate it when it goes down slowly. And yesterday, even though ICT said it's very volatile, and it is in a way, but yesterday at the open, we had one little, let's say, very small Judas, and then it just went lower, and that confused that just, and especially if there is no fast movement in New York, I get confused, and it's my flaw. It really, it's bad. So um, for some reason, I don't know. It's not a. That's why London as well for me is sometimes a struggle when it's really slow. I know some people are really good at it. They see the levels and then they. I'm not gonna enter yet, guys. I'm just gonna. I still want to. I still don't. I still don't want. I still want to see 8:30. Yeah, for me it's not a long yet. I'm gonna wait. That's my if then statement for now. So actually, it was Sebastian. There are no sellers. It's just the algorithm. I think we're gonna get a nice spike up, but I think we're still on the. We were definitely on the buy side of the curve, but I want to see at 8:30 level. Like I said, what we do 8:25 ish, 30 ish. Actually, yesterday was good, but it felt like yesterday barely got respected, kind of clean. But there was a setup yesterday. Yeah, for me, same. But it was actually quite clean in hindsight. But if you don't see it, you just don't. It's not your model. It just doesn't give you your. It doesn't just suit the way I traded. So it was very hard for me to enter. At some point, it was already like, oh, it was already so going low, and I was like, ah, I'll wait for the afternoon. And then I actually also was not. I was actually aiming for this volume imbalance, but obviously it was too. That was safe for today, and in hindsight, it all makes sense because it was a little bit too much to ask for. But then you just journal and you just go back and you're like, okay, what did I miss? What can I do better? Pa, pa, pum, 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 pum. Okay, let's see. What time is it? 2:23. Let's see if this holds or goes one more leg lower. I want to see 8:30, 8:25. Let's see if this level is already holding. Okay, that's what I want to see. I want to see this midpoint. And then I might be interested for a long, by the way. So I'm gonna, yeah, I think for me, this is gonna be an interesting area, and then I want to see, I might be interested from a long, from here. Oh, I don't like it if it goes back up now. Come on, give me one more leg lower. Gimme, gimme, gimme. One more leg lower. Oh, gimme, gimme, gimme. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Pum, 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 pum. Oh, let's do a pull. Let's do a pull. Let's do a pull. Um, let's do a. I'm gonna do a pull, guys. Hold on. I just wanna need to calculate something. Oh, we already went to 1.5. 792. I think the short is done for now for the time being. I think it is done for the time being. Yeah. Nine to 8. Nine to 8. Yeah, I think it's gonna go back to up here and then continue its journey. What time is it? 2:27. I like it. I think I'm gonna take a paper trade long up to here. Yeah, I'm gonna take paper trade this stop loss. It's gonna go below here. TP is gonna go just to R. Okay, I need to make it 2R. I just 227. If it's gonna be stopped out, if it goes further to that 225 level, I will be pissed off. But let's see. 228. For 6, here we go. There's no interest in going here for some. So we're gonna, I think we're gonna once we go here, we're gonna go lower, and then we're just gonna blast through this, I guess. Um, See, speed is I'm always trying to get in these faster trades and skip those ones, but sometimes it's hard. So 229. Why not below the lowest low? I'm using the breaker. If it goes below this area, it already invalidates my bullish trade. And it's already running. I mean, we have an order block here, retest, so technically I can already bring it higher, but I try not to move my stop loss too much. I was really bad when I started. I've been very open about this. I hate being wrong. I don't mind now if I have a good trade which is built based on logic. I'm okay to lose a trade. I don't care. But when I didn't have that knowledge at that time, I just didn't want to lose, and I didn't even put a stop loss in. Plus, and if I did start to do a stop loss, I would move it around and I would widen my loss. So also sometimes now I just train myself to leave the stop, put it in, and be stopped out sometimes. Because if you always have very small stop losses, you don't care. Now this is a little bit tricky now. We have a rejection block maybe. So it might go lower. I might be stopped out. That's all good. I'm not moving my stop loss because we also have a gap still here. Never let heroes become zeros. Guys, stop giving me advice. I would rather sometimes be stopped out than trill my stop. In a small trade like this, I'm not going to trill my stop loss. I don't care. I don't care if it's even if it's if I'm in a trade. You guys saw it yesterday in pre-market prep. If you're on average have 6R trades, you don't care if you have a high risk, if your win rate is good enough. I don't care to be stopped out sometimes. I would rather be stopped out and just get back in again than just trailing my stop loss unnecessarily too fast. Obviously, when I'm in a larger trade, I will trill at some point, but I'm not going to trill it like here. I don't, if I sometimes I just 5 points, 10 points. It's nothing. What I do in New York, but if I trade New York open, and I'm trying some things already, I do bring it to break even very fast because if I'm too early, I get stopped out, but then it's break even. I do better on trades like this. It could easily come down. It could go one leg lower, for example, and then go higher. I don't mind too. 233. What was 230, by the way? 230. Okay, we're still good. How much R2R? This is a 2R trade. Well, you can see it, right? You can do mathematics. 107 ticks, 2.9. It's a little bit less than 2R. But I was a little bit late to the party because I was waiting for another level lower. But it was showing respecting the structure already. So the thing why I'm a little bit hesitant moving my stop loss is when I moved this year to larger trades, because I think the beginning of the stream I was averaging 80 points, then I started getting better at 100 points, then 120. But the thing was, when I started getting better at those 120, 150 point trades, I started trading very, very fast. But that meant that my 4R to 6R trades became 2 to 1R trades sometimes when I got stopped out. So it's also, you have to find that balance, not to trill too fast, but yet you still need to trill at some point, yes. But I'm also trying to be comfortable being stopped out because it was really an issue for me being stopped out. And stopped out is part of our DNA. You know, it doesn't make you a losing trader, but it's part, every day you can end up green, but you still have losing trades during the day maybe, right? So especially on trades like this, and this is just a paper trade, but it's the same for me. It doesn't matter if it's a paper trade or not. I journal it, I feel the same because it's forward testing. If I back test, I don't like back testing, but this is, I have no monetary, the reason why it's the same for me because I have no monetary value attached to the trade itself, but I have I am still struggling with being wrong or right, if that makes sense. But monetary value, even if it's a right trade, I don't care because my risk reward, I always try to risk as little as possible. But I get very upset, and that's a flaw of mine, if I'm not correct or if I can't analyze the chart correctly. That can really bother me. Even with a paper trade, I get very upset if I can't figure it out fast enough. But the monetary value, I have decoupled from that also on my normal trades. So that's why for me, the paper trading is just as valuable as the normal trade, if that makes sense. And people sometimes ask me if I paper trade and if it's a winning trade, oh, don't you mind that you're not making the money? No, I don't. It's a win for me if I'm correct. Did I put my TP too high? I think so. Yeah. I'm gonna lower my TP now. So I really wanted to go here. Now I'm gonna bring it to here. What time is it? 2:38. Yeah, if you get the first trade wrong and the market is clean, that really hurts. Not really. If the market, if I'm paper trading, I love being wrong, and it's being a paper trade. That's the biggest win, right? But I also don't mind if it's a win, if it's a good trade. It doesn't, because I have no monetary value attached to either or my both of my trades, right? Obviously, I want to make money. Don't get me wrong, but I disconnected from the. If I'm trading, it's more about being wrong or right, if that makes sense. So for me, it's like, okay, okay, let's see now. You need a pass through to be taken out. Let's see if I can get that now. Diamond's 240. That's okay. Boom. Here it goes. Okay. Bam. Okay. Is it ready to short here? Do I want to short already? What solved my issues the most is 2 max trades a day. If I get the first one, I win. I close. Yeah, that's a good. I think there's nothing wrong with that. But I do that with accounts per different account. So, but I think it's good to limit yourself. And that's the hard. The moment I always overstay, I give back. Yeah, I give back the money, right? Because it's just. But yeah. It's the best thing is just to stop at some point. How much do you need, right? How much do you need? I thinking should I go short from here is because I mean I'm definitely I don't have a long bias. I still have a short bias. Should I take a short here? Oh, I haven't even opened up my accounts yet. Um, what time is it? 2:40. If I would put, I'm not in my account yet, but for me, for example, if I would try this, it's a very small stop loss here, and except my TP would go lower. I'm not in anything. I'm just, for example, if I would do that, this is such a small stop. These are like the turtle soups that you want to try, right? Like, is it worth it to try it for just 51 ticks? It's almost just, less than 6 points. So I sort of like it, and I think I might give it a go. I just want to just, I'm not in anything yet. This is just how many R trade is this? I'm still short biased, but the question is, how much up do you want to go? Or are you done going to the upside? 7R trade, I see just 12 stops, or even less. 12 points. I think I'm going to wait a little bit longer. But this could be a perfect entry, maybe. Yeah, I really like, I'm getting in. 1 micro, doing it. I'm in. Yeah, I'm gonna take it. One micro. Let's go. I'm just in. If we go lower than this one here, I'm gonna add here. Okay. So I'm just wondering if he just wants to fill this and go higher. I'm okay to lose this. It's just nothing. If I see speed going lower, I'm gonna add to the position. A little bit too spotty for me. I like it. I'm gonna bring it to my level. I said 830 here. This one is gonna go break even. If this one stops me out, I'm just gonna give it another go later on. Okay, break even. There we go. See if it goes. Sure, yeah. I haven't added yet, by the way. If I see displacement, I'll just add, but not yet. I just want to see if it doesn't spike up. Let's see if it fills this gap and goes lower. I always try, if I put it to break even, give it a few extra ticks for your commissions. Now, even though if you're on prop, you don't pay the commissions, but you just want to train yourself. Just get a little bit more. So you get paid to get out, right? I trade funded. I have my own account, and I told you, I sometimes paper trade. I always start my day with a few paper trades. It's the same when I play golf. I mean, if I play tennis, you don't just go onto the golf course and start your game straight away, right? You always do a few practice swings. It's the same with trading. I test my brain. I test my MIC. Sometimes you are reading the market. It could still go. It could still take me out. By the way, I'm still not convinced yet. But if you do any sports, don't you do a few practice things before you really start the game, right? And it's the same with trading. especially after the weekend. If I had a whole weekend, and it's also just, is my internet working? Is my brain working? Sometimes I can have perfect analysis, but my execution just sucks. And I still have losing trades. While my analysis is perfect, but I just can't make it work for some reason. I don't know. Sometimes there are two different things. Analysis and executions are really two different things. So I'm always testing myself. Like, am I really feel? Because sometimes when you're distracted, or when you're not feeling 100%, you also, I mean, it impacts your training, right? Meta, you were ill, you weren't feeling well. I mean, I don't know if you tried training, but your brain just works differently sometimes. Sometimes it just doesn't work. It's just, I mean, sometimes you're just not there, or you're just not reading it properly. You make mistakes, you're slow. Um, Yeah, there's nothing wrong with paper trading, guys. Sometimes on stream I just paper trade, and sometimes, I have to be honest. Sometimes I lie. I say it's a paper trade and I take it live because I know some people. If I get the feeling that people are here for, we get some new people in. I think they are in for just some signals. I sometimes don't even say that I'm also trading it live. I just say I'm paper trading. Sometimes I lie about it, but no, most of the times I'm honest. And sometimes I just lie. Because people think that if it's a paper trade, it's not that serious, but it is. It doesn't matter. Okay, 251. Do you think trading was the hardest skill for you? Y- yeah, I think it is the thing that I actually enjoy the most doing, but was it the easiest one? No, definitely not. But it's the challenge of finding these algorithmic signatures every day when I go into the charts and I journal. It feels like a treasure hunt for me. Like, okay, what did I do wrong? What can I do better next time? I really enjoy doing it. And I think not everyone does that as much as I do. And I think that really helps. But it's not, I mean, it's not easy. It has not been easy, and it's still not easy sometimes. You really have to deal with your own demons. 53. Let's check them out. That's not stopped. I'm not okay. Not stopped out yet. Okay, stopped out. That's okay. No loss. Oh, you're a mathematician? All in. I love breakers, breakers, rejection blocks, gaps. There's so much different things, and it's about the combination. It's just not one thing that makes it. You have to combine a lot of things at some point, and time, obviously, time. But for me, the breaker, I just love the breaker. It's one of my favorites. It is, the start of a new market maker model, market structure shift is tied to the breaker. That's where I get my most best trades from. If there's a higher time frame breaker, especially. 255, almost London Open, guys. Now, I still don't think there is a lot move to the upside, to be honest. Let's see. Where are you going? Mathematics at school, but I do have an analytical brain. And so for me, when I journal, I visualize, you have a chart, and then if I see things, I can make connections very easily. But if I don't, give me an Excel sheet with a lot of numbers, because I did numbers and I was, tracking my win rate and all that stuff. And I just got rid of all my Excel sheets. At some point I knew, okay, I my max loss that I feel comfortable with is about 30 points, no matter what model I was trading. But just an Excel sheet, and I never felt compelled to go back into it, because I was like, yeah, it's just numbers. It doesn't speak to me. But on the chart, when I see this, and then I can play around with this, that is something I really enjoy doing. Now I think we might go back to midnight. So I have to visualize it, and then my brain can see things. But as a mathematician, I guess you already can do 3 steps in your brain without having to see it, right? And I can't do that. So that's why I love doing, if I journal, I always journal. I always tell people, use your trading view chart to see, okay, and use this tool, and try to visualize things. Because for me, it really helped being very bad at mathematics at school. I just didn't like it, and I was not good at it. But I am good at seeing, I don't want to call it patterns, because we don't want to trade patterns. But you have to see a pattern at some things when it happens, and then you add your if-then statements, if that makes sense, because we don't trade patterns. There's always like, there is always like a narrative around it, why something works or not works, but it's not the pattern that works, right? A breaker only works when you have a higher time frame period where it went into, you need a validation at a specific time, then you need a retest. But it only works when it went to a higher time frame PD array, because the algorithm has to be done with its job before it makes the turn. So it's not like every structure that you see will work. So everything has if-then statements, and that's what you need to find to make things work. Because you can recognize something, but it does not every set of Kendall is an order block. Why is something an order block? Because of specific things that need to happen. And those are the things you want to start seeing. But because it's visual, you can start recognizing things. But then you have to add those statements, and that's how you build your. So I started with one model, for example, that gave me 70% win rate. Now, how did I get from 70 to 80%? I got to 80% by taking out more situations that didn't work. So getting more if-then statements. So I took out some, okay, if I see that, I'm not going to take it because of blah, blah, blah. So I got that model to go to 80% with less traits because I took out some specifics. It's about taking out specifics to make a model more profitable, if that makes sense, right? But it takes time because you really need to reverse engineer, and especially those losing traits. So you need to examine the losing traits around your model. If you have a model, you start like, okay, why was it not working? And then you add those. Okay, if oh, that happened. Okay, I see that happen and more. Oh, okay, that if I see that happen, that only gives me 30% that it works. Okay, I'm going to take it out of my when to take it. And that saves you. It might give you, sometimes it works, but most of the times it did not. So I take it out. And sometimes you see a trade work, but then it's okay. It doesn't suit your if-then statements. Abdul asking if I can type I don't want to type my bias on stream. You know why? I want to keep an open. I said I was bearish. I'm higher time frame bearish, but I don't want to miss a long if I'm bearish. So I don't want to write it down because obviously we are still in a bullish. We're on a bullish trend, and I believe we're going all the way up to midnight now. I like that. Yeah, if time and price are correct, PD rates will be high probability. Exactly. Hey, hello. Guang Guang, hello, hello. Let me get rid of this, by the way. Yeah. Not a short at all. Not a short at all. But pom 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 pom. Oh, let me do a poll, guys. Let me do a poll. Let me do a poll because I wanted to. Okay, let's go higher time frame a little bit because we're almost at the end of the month as well. Let's quickly do higher time frame analysis together. Let me just. Okay, let's go to the monthly because we're almost at the end of the month as well, right? Okay, what have we done so far? What have you done for me lately? Monthly. Okay, here we go. So the monthly, we have a little monthly volume imbalance here. Now you want to sometimes toggle around with the B adjust, right? Because they can give a different, and you want to have both, you want to be aware of both because sometimes you don't know which one they're using. So let me just, so here we went into this one here, right? And on the monthly, I believe, I'm going to take this one away for now. Do we have equal lows now? Let me see. The low here is this low, 825.75. This low, 839.75. So we have a low. We have a Friday, 1st of May low is coming, right? So you want to get this on your chart. 825.75. Let me draw a line. 825. 825.75. There we go. Okay. Let's go to the weekly. Okay, I'm going to take all these off because we don't need these anymore. We've already been for now. The weekly. I do want this one here because that 825 is within this little gap here, right? I actually don't want to miss the short. Like I said, I was very interested in that 830, 825 level. We're very close to taking that monthly out. So now you can clearly see why did we go higher without taking that? We used exactly the midpoint of this volume imbalance here. Let me just make sure I correct it. Yeah, we hit the midpoint of this one. But I want to be aware, because I really want to take that trade to that. This is going to be a large, interesting one. I'm going to grade this one as well because 50% of this wick is going to be a weekly wick, 751. I really want that short, but let's see how high it wants to go. Pum, 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 pum. Daily. Well, the daily is a little bit harder. Yeah, I really 825, 830. I mean, that's that level of that monthly, so that will be my target for next one. I really want to have that trade and then maybe take it lower, but don't know when we're gonna get it. Maybe at 4 o'clock, maybe at 5. Just we have an interesting one here as well. I'm gonna mark this one as well. Well, I don't think it's low probability. I mean, this is not a low probability. This is, I think it's going to go to midnight. So it's not really. Mm, hasn't been too bad lately. 803. I think it's going to be a nice short at some point. Anyone in the long, by the way? I mean, it's also not a bad long. Oh, get out of here. Yeah, I'm thinking the same. Bye bye. I think it's the same guy. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I didn't look for. Yeah, hey, Secret Wisdom, how are you? Long time no see. Yeah, I marked it here. That was actually the one that I was looking for just now. 823. We just went higher above it. So let's see. I mean, we're gonna have a nice trade to the downside. So let's see. I will definitely try to get in on that one. So that's this one here. The question is, no, I'm gonna wait for a short. Yeah, I mean, I think midnight will be fine, but I want this short to that monthly low. I don't trust. I mean, look how we are here. I mean, maybe it leaves. It could leave all these things now also for FOMC, right? I like this level, but then midnight is here. I wonder if it's gonna go straight to midnight or not. I like 803. ES already hitting an order block, almost. We're hitting. $29.16. Yeah, I can see that we can go here, but it's just 20. Well, it's still 30, 70 points to go. Anyone in a long already? Okay, I'm gonna do a poll. I was gonna do a poll. I'm sorry, guys. There's so much going on in price action. You see, always be open-minded. Don't get yourself being distracted by thinking, oh, there's FOMC tomorrow, so it's not going to be a good trade, or we're going lower, so there's not a good long. Trade what you see. And if your model presents itself, you take it. But just be aware of that FOMC is tomorrow, that we are in a bearish, we're on the buy side, but you always have like retracements, right? Nothing goes down in one straight line. So yay, Richard. Yeah, I saw already. How are you doing? How's it going? Long time no see. I want to do a poll with you guys. Yeah, I know Richard is always good at these kind of trades. He likes the London slower moves as well. You can do with it. I'm just thinking how to form the question. We are going up. Okay, let me do one. Let us do. Are we going to hit midnight or not? Are we going to hit midnight? You can see it on the chart, right? Or go short below that? Are we going to go hit? Are we going to go short? Okay, let me rephrase it. Are we going higher than midnight? Before we go short, let me do it that way. Yes or no? I think that's the best way to formulate it. Okay, so this is the question. This is the poll. Are we going to go high? So are we going to go short here? Or are we going to go, so are we going to go short, let's say at midnight or higher, or are we going to go, or are we not going to hit midnight at all and go short below midnight? And maybe they leave midnight for later. That's the question. Do the market close above the midnight at one? Are we going to? Yes, most people think yes so far. Do the market close above the midnight at? I don't understand the question, Abdul. Do the market close? No, the official market closes at 5. If we talk about Eastern time, 5 p.m. Eastern. Midnight is the algorithmic start of the day. Eastern. We only talk, but technically the futures market, as it is now, it closes at 5 p.m. If that's if I understand the question correctly. Even if I think we will see the wicks above yesterday and then short. Okay. Let's see. The monthly would be 50% of the range. Yes. Let's go back to the monthly. Like remember also a monthly candle has a TGIF, right? It's not only the weekly. Stay below the wick. I don't know. I think I might want to try to. No, I think we're good, Abdul. I think it's already fine. People understand the question. Um, 320. So I am not so sure, to be honest. 2803, 2803. We take this, we could reject here. Advanced here. Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom quickly. And I want that short. I want that short to that monthly low. I might not even leave my house today. So I don't want to miss that short to this level here. Might wait for it. The question is, when is it time? It's always hard when you have such a larger range, right? Because if still possible. 6 o'clock. I think we're gonna go lower around 5, 6 o'clock to that level. So I do think we're gonna hit midnight, to be honest, and I think we're gonna go lower around 5, 6 o'clock, and then maybe target that level. 2820. 2820 it is. 2820. 2820. I think I still like it. 70. Order block here. What time is it? 3:22. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. I need to. I'll be right back. But I think it's 3:30. I'm gonna find an entry to trade the long as well. Oh, you see how gray it is outside, guys? There's no sun here today. Yesterday I went to the beach, by the way, and it was suddenly very hot. I ran into some Dutchies, by the way. It was very funny. They were on holiday. And so we had a nice chat. And I feel so weird when I speak Dutch now. I feel like I'm articulating everything. I don't feel like it's my native language anymore, and I sound really weird because I don't speak Dutch that much anymore, and I hear myself, oh my God, I sound so weird now. But anyway, what was I doing? Still waiting for that code, by the way. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I just want to make sure that I get a good entry to remaining to the upside. I'm just not sure what the market wants to do. Oh, actually, this is the market. 1, 2 here. Yeah, it's very weird. If you, Richard, I mean, it's sort of like I feel like I'm articulating my words, and I feel like obviously it's very easy to understand, but I just sound different. I feel like I'm a different person. Okay, guys, I'm struggling a little bit with. I'm gonna go to a higher time frame. Let me do something because I feel it's a bit of a trap. I feel like I'm just feeling a little bit trappy, but then again, we still have time. Um, 1.25, exactly that. One standard deviation, and you're reacting like this. 2 is exactly midnight. Do we have a BPR here? Are we balanced? This is a BPR. We went into it, we went lower. I love the Dutch. Reminds me of my late godfather. Awesome people in many ways. Yeah, I mean they're very straightforward. They were very funny. They were looking for wine. They were a large family, and they were traveling with their parents, which and they were just they couldn't walk very well, and the lady apparently in our supermarket they are rebuilding some stuff, so they couldn't find wine, and so I told them where to go to a nice cafe. Is that like in their afternoon they have their Jägermeister. Very nice people. Okay, I'm thinking of what I want to do, but I think it's too early for that short. But I also wonder if we really can go up here for now. I don't like this. This is 1 standard deviation. We are below 0.5. Just gonna watch it for now. We might consolidate here. Over BPR here. It's your fucking Reaper. Oh man, I think it's, I don't know if it's a short, long. Just not convinced at the moment. I want to see go here. We've got a gap here. Okay, now I think we're still good to go. To here. Let's go to the 15. CES it's clearly hit a on the 4 hour an OB, I would say almost. But we love to see it go here. It's a tricky area though, because you know they're leaving gaps everywhere, so it could go here, it could go here and go back up again. I would say we go here. Very tricky. Very tricky. Um, back to 0.5. I'm inclined to almost take a short again, but then again, I think it's not. I should wait a little bit longer, but I feel more that the short is more in play than the long. I'm just gonna give it some time, but I'm just not sure about we can make it all the way up there now. I wonder if we're done. We're just accumulating here. Look, they fooled people here. Everybody thought it was going to continue short. They go higher. Now everybody thinks it's going to be long. So this is also, these are the perfect areas to, most people think it will go here. So that's why I think it's just not going to do it. It's just going to, I think we're done to the upside. We're going to leave this for FOMC maybe. We're leaving so much. Or are we going to leave this monthly equal low, relatively equal lows for FOMC? And are we just going to go continue to the upside? Still have this here. Settlement price, Asia high. Are we just going to go higher? I think today's going to be a day, a lot of banning, guys. I mean, I'm just, if I read something that I just like, oh, I don't have any patience for that. I'm not a show pony or something. I'm not gonna do any tricks for you guys. My consolidate, yeah, I'm also thinking consolidation. You see here on the 15-minute consolidation, but I'm just wondering if that monthly is for later, and because we've been building so much liquidity to the upside. And we also have this beautiful little box here. How long have you been trading buy moves? Almost 7 years now in total, 3.5 ICT foundation, and building on that foundation. It's not only, I think it's just, but I'm definitely, I would call myself ICT based. I would call myself ICT time based because there's so much more into time than ICT actually teaches. He teaches it, but he doesn't say everything. You have to find those things for yourself. Yeah, let me. I'm not so convinced anymore about that long, and I'm just thinking, look here on the 1 hour, we went here and we could just spike lower. But I'm also not 100% sure to start getting into my trade because I don't want to have a stop out. We are below 0.5. There's one of those situations. I'm gonna watch how we're gonna behave here. You're trading 3 months and it's killing you already. Well, I'm sorry, but my friend, it's gonna take a couple of years before you become profitable. If you're just trading 3 months and you're already tired, you have to rethink what you're doing because it's trading is one of the hardest things in life because it's designed for you to lose money, but you have an edge if you put in the time and you study. But you have to. It's like getting a PhD in finance because you're entering a world which is not designed for you to make money, but you are able to make money if you understand how the markets work. But that's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of back testing, forward testing. You will find you will do things that you don't like that you're doing. It's an amplified mirror of your bad sides. But if you're 3 months in and already feel like it's too much, you have to, it might not be for you, because you have to love it. You have to enjoy journaling. You have to enjoy finding what you're doing. It's like a treasure hunt, but it's going to take time. I wasn't profitable after I have studied ICT for over a year. And those 3.5, was it 3 years before that, I had no idea what I was actually doing. I was lucky because we had a bull market, so I made some money, but I had no idea what I was actually doing. And then by the time I got profitable, I had a few months again. I got very, oh my God, I've got it, blah, blah, blah. And I went back to break even for another 6 months. So it's not that easy. You have to really keep on working at it. But if you're already 3 months in and you think it's already too much, you might not have the right mindset, to be honest, because if you want to become a doctor or an accountant, do you think you get a scalpel in your hand after 3 months? No, you need to study and you have to, and it's the same. If you're not willing to put in the time and be okay with studying a couple of years, you're not going to be profitable. People are not profitable after 3 months. Never, ever. Never, ever. But seek for wisdom, my gal. I know she's been working hard at it as well, and we chatted a lot about it. But you will be rewarded for hard work if you put in the work, if you put in the effort, if you go through the trials and error. But it's not easy because you will fail a lot in the beginning, and it's frustrating. And the break-even phase is a long phase. It's a very good phase because you're almost there, but it feels very, very frustrating. And you have no idea that you're actually there. You feel like you're not going anywhere because your P&L is not moving, but you are actually learning. You're not red anymore. But well, yeah, no, it doesn't matter. It's okay. I also hate being wrong. That doesn't change. But being wrong just means that it's a lack of knowledge, right? And you need to journal it, go back in the charts, reverse engineer, and try to figure it out. And the more you do it, the better you will get it at it. So it just comes down to time, putting in the time and making all your. That's why paper trade a lot. I love paper trading because it teaches me a lot. It improves my execution. It helps me. It doesn't help me, sometimes just tape reading is the best thing to do because you're not focused on your trade. You're just looking at the market, how are things printing. But if people have a negative idea about paper trading, I totally have a different opinion about it. I think it's one of the best things to do, and you should paper trade more than actually your other trades. There's nothing wrong with paper trading. Nothing at all. And especially when you start your day, just like a swing. When I start playing golf, I also do a few practice swings before I really go into get my scorecard out and play for the real thing. So, yeah, it's like warming up, right? Um, where do you paper trade? Well, you can trade through, like, Seek for Wisdom already answered the question. There is a paper trade account on Tradeovate. But also most prop firms, they have you can paper trade through them, right? On Tradeovate, I believe. Um, yeah, but Lund Green, I think that's such a dead thing to say because if people have no idea what they're looking for, they don't know what that means. Let price come to you. It's sort of like one of those empty, hollow phrases, I think. Let price come to you. No, you have to have a model. You have to have a strict model, have strict rules, and stick to those rules. Let price come to you. Let your trade let your model show itself, right? But not let price. It's sort of like, yeah, what do you mean with that? But you need to have a model, you need to have structure, you need to have something that you look for, I believe, and you have to have a strict set of rules. I was also struggling when people would tell me, yeah, let price come to you. But what do you mean? Let price come to me. What do you mean? What does it mean? When does it come to me? When is it time to, if you don't know what you're looking for, you still don't know. Yeah, when is price coming to me? What does it mean? Is it coming to me? Um, you need to have a structure. You need to have something specific that you look for, and you need if-then statements, and you need to build those, right? But that's not easy because in the beginning I was also like, yeah, what do I journal? I have no idea. I don't know what I'm looking for, right? So you need structure. Hey, listen, guys, I'm looking at the market now. I'm not convinced about that midnight anymore. Um, yeah. So, and once you have this, develop the strategy, and then you let your model come to. I would rather say, let your model, but it's sort of like when you don't have a model, it's like, where do you get your model, right? But that's why if you start using ICT has some concepts. That's a very good foundation to start with. For me, it resonated to me, but not for everyone. Hi Priya, how are you doing? Halfway through funded. Oh, take baby steps to reach there. No. Oh, you are you ooh, Priya, we're gonna work together again soon. So I'm I'm looking forward, especially now that you're using the break. Priya, it was very hard for Priya to with the breakers in the beginning. And it was a struggle, but I kept hammering on those breakers, 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 breakers. So it makes me very happy to hear that you're using them. Um, so you're on your good, okay. Yeah. Babies, it's good. Yeah, at least, breakers and OBs, right? Breakers and OBs, combination of those two are magic. Um, guys, are you still, I don't know, still, this feels a little bit trappy to me. At the top of it has a Mr. Chaos. Uh-oh. Okay, let's wait for the 4 o'clock macro, guys. Let's see if it wants to go higher. I mean, it would be nice if it goes a little bit higher and then lower, right? Let me just do something quickly. Yeah, early entry is definitely patience, right? Patience is so important. And it's something I also struggle with, patience. Always. That will never stop. I mean, that will never stop. I can just improve my mindset around it. I got really upset yesterday as well in New York when it was just dripping low, and I knew I lost my entry. I knew I didn't make my perfect entry, and then I get really upset. But then you have to really sort of like read if you still want to trade, like if you miss if you know you see it moving in a certain way, and okay, it's not going to give me a good entry anymore, and you missed it. I realized by the time we were in New York and it would start to go down, I knew I missed that entry of the volume imbalance in London, and I didn't position myself. That sort of like really threw me off, and I was like, oh my, I just knew it, and it really Well, Metha, you were there. I was very upset about. I got really like, oh my God, I missed it. But you have to be, it's just be okay with that. Yeah, so the important time you mentioned the macros, 10 minutes before the hour and after the full hour. Yes, macros, but also the 20 to 40 time is a time-based level. Let's see, guys, maybe I want to enter here, but what time is it? 3:49. Oh, hello. Let me open the door for my princess. Um, Yeah, so yesterday in the afternoon, it was sort of like a little bit confusing. So sometimes when there's manual override, they sort of like run the things outside macro, but then they finish it in my macro, but then you miss the big part of the run. So, but yeah, macros are very important, especially with the breaker. I feel like I'm missing something. So the macros are 10 to the hour to 10. So we're entering now the 4 a.m. macro, and I'm wondering if the macro is downwards and not upwards. But let's give it a few minutes because I'm still not convinced about it. Could um we have this devil's mark here on ES. I think it's gonna go upwards though. Let me see. I want to get in on the. Hey, Paras, how are you doing? I think I'm gonna take this long. It's very small stop loss here. I'm gonna take a little bit of a risk here. I just don't think it's time yet to move to the down to 352. I'm not in my account yet. I'm not in my account. I just want to see if I just want to give it one more minute. 353. Let me give it one more minute. I know I won't have that same entry, but I like. Yeah, I'm okay. There we go. Oh shit. Boom. Okay, my stop loss is a little bit higher here. I'm gonna adjust. I'm gonna adjust to midnight, 20, 20. I'm gonna go break even. Okay. Very small. If we get a little bit more of a spike, I'm gonna trail it with it. But I'm not gonna go all the way to midnight yet. Let me just, I had another level that I liked. Um, uh-oh. Where are you? See, it's tricky, huh? $354. Okay. It's not a good trade yet. We'll see. I mean, it can still be stopped up, but I don't care if for these small trades, right? It could still go lower, but we'll see. We could build. You know what they're doing? It's This is trend line liquidity, so they just could build liquidity, take it lower, take it higher. So that's why I don't like this area too much. I think I wouldn't be surprised if I'm stopped out because we could still go here or here, right? I want to break it to break even. If we're going to be taken out, I'm going to be taken out and paid for it. And then I'll take another trade. I don't mind. I'll do that because we could go lower, and then go higher. It might stall time. We might get into, yeah. Okay, so if I get taken out, that's all good. They'll pay me to get out. If not, then we run. If not, they're just building liquidity to take it out later. Maybe they bring it here or maybe even here. I don't care. Then they bring it lower, and then maybe at around 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock they bring it low. I believe we are going to go to this monthly low at some point. But on the other hand, I don't know. We have so much liquidity to the upside as well. Okay, let's see. This is just either or. If we're just going to consolidate, that's good. I'm not going to miss the trade, and if I'm going to miss it, then... what time is it? 3:55. Almost a new hourly candle coming. Devil's mark both on ES and NQ, so there we go. Yeah, I'm also, I don't trust it too much. I think we could just easily go back lower again. It feels a little bit trappy to me, but let's see. Also for me, free trade. Sometimes you just have to try, right? There's no risk involved anymore, so... It's low probability. I mean, you can see it's already low. It's going back and forth. It's a macro, so it's... I already prepared to be stopped out. Pa-pa-pum, pum, pum. Almost 4 o'clock. $3.59. If it does stop me out and it wants to go lower, I will watch these levels here and maybe even here. And I do think this is a nice build-up for liquidity. Still in. Four seconds. Stop that. Man, I really hope it does not go to that low already. That is a beautiful short. Beautiful. It's building a lot of... Gosh. Four. It's a very tricky. I mean, you see how it's moving, right? I still think the higher... Well, I'm not so sure actually about... I'm still not sure. I just wonder if we're done to the upside. Pum, 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 pum. I want that short, but I think it's not... I think we have to wait. I think it's... Check. Just want to make sure. I think Street 25. So think about this, guys. If you have like a weekly, for those who trade the TGIF means we have a weekly low, we take it out and then we retrace back into the range, 20 to 30, 40%. The low. Am I confused? I calculated just now that we didn't take out the low, but I think we already did. I think I'm not doing correctly. The low, 825.75. The low. Okay, we did not. 839.50. 825.75. That's lower than 35. Okay. 825. So 825. So the moment we take this out, is that the moment that we go higher? We take it out, we go a little bit lower. The monthly retraces. We have how many days left in? No, but Seek for Wisdom, it is not the TGIF. It's also, it's not only about the weekly candle, it's also about the monthly candle. So also the monthly candle sometimes retraces back. It's not just the weekly candle, it's just OHLC, right? Every candle retraces back 20, 30, 40%. So if that monthly takes out that monthly candle, at some point before the end of the month, it will start retracing back up. It will coincide most likely with the weekly at some point, right? You get overlap. So let's see what's Friday. On a Friday, we're already in the new month. But the last month of the week, what is the last day of the month? What day is that? Oh, it is Friday. Oh, that's 31st of July. We have 31 days. Okay, perfect. They're the monthly and the weekly are both the last day of the week and the month. Perfect. Okay. That is just perfect. That doesn't happen a lot. Yeah, me too. Also hope today around between 5 and 6 o'clock. No Paras. NFP is not the money make. FOMC is the money making week. There we go. Let's see where it's going now. Yeah, it is not very, I mean, it's very nasty now. I agree. Yeah, it's very tricky. Like I said, I'm just not sure if we're gonna see midnight. But on the other hand, it's very deceiving, right? You think it's gonna go higher and it's not. It might go lower and then go higher, just creating liquidity to take to the upside. Or just make it way down to that monthly low, to that 825-ish level. It's just not. But tomorrow is FOMC, guys. FOMC is always, well, not always, but most of the time FOMC is such a nice, especially in the, I might do it, I might do a session in the afternoon. You see, for wisdom. Yeah, I agree with you, but unfortunately, they don't listen to us. I mean, I would be sort of upset if it would go all the way to that low now, but I mean, it's sort of like tricky to trade because there's too much. I just don't like. I'm just it's almost like certain we're gonna go take this out right at some point. Maybe pre-market. The good thing is at some point the if it is like this, it does get better at some point, or it will become clearer. But the trick is to not get upset by it, and that's mm, mm-hmm. What are you doing? I can't watch this now. Okay, we need to see rejection now. Come on, go back up. See the trade. I'm not in any trade because it's low probability. Um, Never get upset if you don't take a runner because then that means you didn't see the trade or you were not in it. But I like this trade though here to the upside. Let's see because I don't think it's time yet to go lower. But on the other hand, it looks so weak. I don't trust it. But I think it's gonna F all the shorts up by going up again and then going lower. It's not a very friendly environment now. Paras, this is not. If you find this beautiful price action, really, this is not beautiful price action. I mean, you have a weird. You have some weird things. NFP money making week. NFP is not a money make. NFP is the week that most people sit on the sidelines. Monday can be a nice day, NFP week, but most of the days it's just setting up the stage for the rest of the month. A lot of accumulation, a lot of consolidation, creating liquidity on both sides to be taken out on Friday NFP. Most beginners don't make money on NFP week. NFP week stands for not for professionals. People stay on the sidelines. They let NFP do its thing. Professional traders don't trade NFP week because they know it's shitty price action. They wait. They only trade Monday, maybe Tuesday, but they stop trading. It says for not for professionals. That's what NFP actually stands for. It's like the AMD, it sets the stage. It's mostly the A of the monthly candle. Then you get the M and the D, but it's the first stage accumulation. And if you like to trade accumulation, it's like, ICT had made a nice, let me read it, about NFP week. NFP week is not for fun, guys. I mean, that's just for Pum 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 pum. $4.15. I think it's gonna take out all this bullshit now. Um, we talk about smart money, people who make money of the markets. Smart money. We've got smart money and uninformed money, right? Okay, let's see. Beautiful, exactly here. 410, going higher now. Anyone took the long here? $28.05. I really like this now. 28.05. Are we gonna go now? We hit this level 0. Yeah, I think I'm getting in. No, I'm gonna give it another go. $28.05. Yeah, I'm getting out here. I'm not gonna wait for midnight. It's too risky for me. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna bring it to break even because I don't trust the market very much. Yeah, there we go. Boom. I'm gonna give it some room though, actually, to be honest. So I just don't want to be stopped out. I think it will run now because I think it's done its shenanigans. 2847. Okay, let's see. Enjoy your lunch, Paras. Have a nice lunch. I'm also getting a little bit hungry. I need my creatine. The only trade I actually care for is going to be the short, but I like what they're doing. Look how they're leaving equal lows relatively. So let's see. Hey, hello, my love. Hello, my pretty girl. You come and say hello. Oh, you're ruining my setup. You cannot come. Go, 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 go. No, go. Lay down. Go lay down. You cannot. Yes, that's you, pretty girl. You're seeing yourself in the mirror. Here you are. This is you. Oh, you're so cute. You're so pretty. You're so pretty. You're so pretty. You want to sit with me? Come. Come. Come here. Go on the chair. Bobo. Bobo. Go. There you go, my lovely girl. Mama's making your, it's earning your fish, your fresh fish. Oh, there you go. Bye, Seek for Wisdom. Oh, you don't want to sit with me? Yeah. Oh, Mom is making your money. Your fresh tuna is coming, baby. Your fresh tuna is coming. I'm earning your fresh tuna. Yeah, oh, now I'm gonna get a kissy kissy because your fresh tuna. Ooh. She knows the word tuna. No, you're gonna get your tuna. Yes, you're gonna get your fresh tuna. Hmm? I make your fresh tuna. Look, that's your fresh tuna right on the screen. That is your fresh tuna. Otherwise, no tuna. Mama, no profit, no tuna. See, there's your tuna. I love you. Look, Gigi, your tuna. Say hello with my tuna. Look here. She says, oh, I want my tuna. I want my tuna. Market maker, give me my tuna. Otherwise, my mommy's not going to buy me my tuna. Say hello. Mm-mm. We have a devil's mark here, so I think it can go up to midnight, but I'm not going to take the risk. I just want to be out sooner. I'm just getting used to. Um, I just like this level where I'm taking it off, but I do think it can go to. I do think this is because we also have a devil's mark here, but I'm just taking it off here. Just want to be done. I'm gonna bring this to break even. Okay, no more movement, my love. Your tuna's coming. Oh yeah, oh yeah. No, come on, come sit with me now and stay. Come, stay with me. It's mine. Come, Gigi. Come here. Good girl. Hey, Orlin. Um, well, thank you for joining. Oh, you wrote something else. Let me quickly read it. Called the turn at the top with the IFEG and then turn at the bottom, but was not able to get money. Hey, listen. It happens sometimes. Like I said, sometimes you have your perfect analysis and then you don't execute, right? It happens to me a lot of the times, and it's very frustrating. But you know what? Like I said, it's two different things: analysis and execution, and they have to be in tune. And sometimes they're just not. But then again, journal it, and next time you will get it, and then you get maybe both ways, right? But yeah, it happens sometimes. But at least the analysis was good, and that means you are recognizing the structure and things like that. So it's never a loss. It'll get there. But anyway, you're more than welcome, and I wish you a nice day too, and see you next time. Alex Strong, 30-minute candle. Yes, it's a very beautiful. Finally, we have some nice movement, right? And I think we are on our way to that devil's mark, but still it doesn't go. I thought I was being smart by this level, but it still did not take it out. But let's see. Yeah, but it is sometimes it is what it is, but it is frustrating. But yeah, just journal and then also write down that you saw it, but also write down why you didn't take it, because that's also for me. I sometimes have fear of entering, and especially when my analysis is very correct. I just don't enter, and it's the perfect entry. It gives a small stop loss, and even on stream, sometimes I go over the levels in advance, and I mark, and I say I want to enter here for a long, and then it goes there, and then I'm already looking, but I start doubting myself. and then I don't take it. And if I would have taken it, it would have been minimum stop loss. So even though it would, even if it would fill, it would be still not an issue. And then I don't get in. And that's something that happens nowadays with me. So I don't have FOMO, but I'm sort of like more battling fear sometimes of getting in. And yeah, just journal it. You know, just journal and just, you know, and then you'll get better and find out why not. But it's a thing. It's only, you know, we will never have it 100% perfect, but we can always try, right? We can always try to get better. Road to Futures, how are you? Let's make some good progress today. Yes. I think if we show up and just focus on discipline and good risk management, I think it's always progress, right? Even though it's not monetary win, right? What are you doing? Are you telling me you want your tuna now? Hmm? Use your poo-poo. Use your poo-poo. You love you so much. What do you see? Do you use your poo-poo? All right. High five. High five. Give me a high five. High five. This one gives a high five, sort of. High five. High five. Give me a high five, baby. High five. You want to give me a high five? She only gives a high five because she takes my hand and then she pushes it. You see, she pushes my hand to the. It's not really a high five. Oh, there we go. You want some more cuddle? She's literally taking your hand and putting it where she wants it. That's your tuna. That's your tuna. Say, market makers, give me my tuna. I want my tuna. Say it. I want my tuna. Give me a high five. High five. she's tapping my hand all the time. Now you be careful. You're sitting on my other computer where my other trade is on, my love. You cannot ruin the trade because that's where the real money is. This is fake money here. See, your tuna is coming. Gigi, your tuna. Look, oh, look, your tuna. Yay. Oh, my tuna. That is your tuna. I think I've said it too many times now. She really thinks her tuna is on the screen. Gigi. It's almost at your tuna level. There you go. Oh, Gigi. Ah, look. Oh, you are gonna get your tuna. Almost. I'm gonna put a tuna here. I think we have a tuna fish. Where's the tuna? Okay, you need to. I'm gonna put you here now. Where's the bloody tuna? Gigi's tuna. Mama needs to make some money. Okay, 4:30. So this is a macro. Technically it is a macro. 2:33 to 3, but also 3 past 4 until 4:33. Oh, come on now. Gigi. Yeah, no, her name is Gigi. Chichi. Yeah, but yeah, I don't want to put a dolphin here because we don't eat dolphins, right? Um, but it's Gigi's tuna. But let me find another fish. I actually don't like the dolphin. Man, those magnets used to work, but stopped working at some point. So we have to find something else. Okay, I will put this one here. This is better. I don't like the dolphin because we don't. This is for Gigi. Yeah, yeah, I've got that one. I've got that. Yeah, yeah, no, I got that. Yeah, yeah, I found it. Thanks. Oh, there we go. Oh, see, this is these levels. It's 1.5 standard. It sort of touches it and doesn't take it. Um, I really want to see it pass through because I don't want to give back. Oh, it's already there. Shit. Okay, let me. There we go. Boom, I'm out. Now I think it can still go higher, but I like the timing. I just want to be out. It's 440. I don't want to be. I don't want to sit in another retracement or something. I just want to be sure. Now I could have gotten in here, but I just wanted to see displacement. Sometimes I wait a little bit longer just to be sure that the reaction is there. So I let a part of the move go. Still 75 points, right? And I'm still waiting for the short. So the bigger move will come for me. So still at 75 points, and normally it's like, okay, I just wanted to see this displacement, giving you sort of confirmation that it's ready to finally really move. And it's also the time, it's a good time as well. When you have a lot of consolidation like this, after 4 o'clock, a lot of times it start moving. So yeah, it's a nice, it's not too bad. This was horrible. But then again, it's part of. Look how beautiful actually this. If I go to the higher time frame, it's a beautiful order block trade as well. Um, okay, we're at 0.5. Order block, propulsion block, boom. Going into this fair value gap here. Beautiful breaker. GG. Yes, GG. Okay, guys. Still, anyone else in the long as well? Okay, at least we had a. It took some time to develop, but not too bad, not too bad. Now the question is, do we maybe want to go higher, even though higher than the midnight, right? We'll see. What levels are you? Well, so it's a good question because the poll was actually, are we going to go higher than midnight or stop there? So at first I was like, okay, maybe midnight or this event horizon, right? Is here the high before going lower, but I'm gonna take this off now. Let's have a look at the 15 again. If we have a closure above this level here, but above this green candle, I can see us go back all the way up here, even to here. So it's very important that either we reject here, but if we have a body closure above this candle, right, then that makes that a breaker on the 15-minute, then I'm going to expect higher prices. Then I'm not looking for shorts yet. So this candle here, if we have a body closure above this, so that means above midnight. That's why I asked the question above midnight. Then we'll get higher price. But if we start rejecting at midnight, which is a very nice point to reject, then I think we could go to that monthly low. Now that monthly low, I don't know, I'm on the continuous contract. I don't know on the monthly contract where it is, but on the continuous, when you toggle B adjust on and off, there is still a monthly low to be taken, but it depends on how you toggle your if you put on the monthly on or off, right? Because if the B adjust is off, it's already taken, right? But if the B adjust is on, let me see if I do it correctly. Yeah, so here you can see this one is much lower, right? The B adjust is off. B adjust on, here we have the low at 825.75 and we are almost there if we go back lower. So it depends on if you toggle between, and I don't know what the monthly contract, I can have a look quickly, but the monthly contracts are always, let me see if we can see it properly. Yeah, we're on September still, right? Okay, so the low 793. So you see on the monthly contract, the levels are a little bit different from the monthly here. The low here is 793.75. So 793.75. So you want to be aware of those differences. 793. So for me, that will be the low of this imbalance and also my one-third level or that one octant level. So even though my low is that 825-ish, I'll give it another 30 points to the downside. But then again, so that's my TP 793-ish, combining the monthly contract with the continuous. Um, yeah, I think for me it's still a little bit of time. I still want to see if we go over this level here, we go higher. If not, then I might be start looking for a short. But for now, I promised my girl some tuna. Yeah, so you want to watch on the 5th. This is an important candle. If we go over midnight and a closure, a body closure, then expect higher prices, then maybe even up to Asia high. And also, yeah, we still have some interesting stuff here. But yeah, I don't know what, maybe we go higher and then lower with FOMC, or we just go lower and then higher again with FOMC. But I think the next 5 o'clock will give us more information. Once we go over here, I mean, we're not done with the longs yet. We just have to wait. So yeah, and then at some point you if we go keep on going higher, then you want to wait for maybe a 5 to 15 minute, you know, I would say market structure shift. If you're really looking for shorts, right, you want to have a confirmation that the market changed from bullish to bearish and bearish, yeah, from bullish back to bearish then. So, but yeah, let's see what price does. If it just stops here, if this is enough, and or if it wants to go higher. But we left a lot of liquidity to the upside, so I don't know. I really would like to see higher again as well. Mm, but I like 825. I still like it. I still like it. Yeah, I'm gonna get some food. I'm gonna give my girls something to eat, and I'm gonna watch. I don't think I want to go. It's the weather is not that nice anyway, but I think I'm gonna watch the market. Pre-market preppers. I'll see you at 8:50, maybe earlier. It depends on if we have a nice short or not. I really want to hunt that short, to be honest. I don't want to miss it. Yeah, I think that's it for today, guys, for London session. Any questions? Man, I banned a lot of people today. I'm still waiting for the ICT code. But let's see, is there anything happening? Nothing yet. I'm waiting for my collaboration. They are okay with me promoting ICT code, so that means all the profits don't go to me or him, or just they are only going to St. Jude's. But I'm still working on that, so no answer yet. Okay, guys. Yeah, it's just a waiting game for now. Either we're going to be honest, I think it's going to go higher. What do you guys? Let's do one more poll, guys, before we go. Let's do one more quick poll. Um, um, Will we go? Will the short come later today? Let's say further down in pre-market, or maybe even a New York session. New York AM. Now or later? Just curious what you guys think. 67% later now. Come on, guys, vote. Don't be shy. There's no wrong or right. It's just a thought. Um, okay, we went into this devil's mark. 80% later, 20%. Okay, well, we'll see. I'm gonna keep an eye on it because I really it's now the 5 o'clock macro, so I think after 5 o'clock you'll have enough information. But we just have to wait. I need some food, and I need to feed the girls because they've been very, very good. They've been very patient. And I think I've said the word tuna a little bit too much now, so they might get a little bit upset. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining the stream and supporting me just by hanging out on the channel. Yeah, I can't thank you guys enough. It was a fun session. It was a bit of a roller coaster ride, but again, patience pays. Again, the best time was after 4 o'clock. A lot of the time after 4 o'clock, it gets better, right? On the 15, I just wonder if it's building up liquidity to be taken out now or later. So I don't think. I wonder if we're done with the longs because this sort of like looks very beautiful. So maybe one more leg down, another leg up. Oh, we've got. And do we have another devil's mark here? Not really. We'll see. But yeah. Good job on the trade. I was too busy doing my job in the middle of the night to chat. Thank you for the good. Thank you, Trading Nichols. Always love to have you around. Listen, it was still a good trade, but man, it took a few stabs. But yeah, better just to wait, right? Sometimes if you're not sure, just wait until after 4 o'clock. Most of the times at 4 o'clock, especially when it's not clear. But now we just have to wait to see if it went higher or is it done to the upside. But we'll see. Again, watch the 15-minute. This candle is important. If you have a body closure above it, so above midnight, don't be too eager with shorting yet. I would just be a little bit careful. Then it most likely maybe wants to go to Asia high, which is the dash line, maybe even to the daily open, which has a little. But yeah, just be careful with shorting then. But I think the good short, there is a good short coming, but we just have to be able to get it, right? Okay, guys, I'll see you tomorrow for Back in London, and I wish you very well today. And don't overtrade. Stay safe. Ciao, ciao.